Now loading Nerdgasm.
You have to get us the out of here! Everyone's gross and they all smell like piss all the time!
Don't judge, Morty. It's the Nerdgasm Podcast.
That's all on YouTube, though, right? I mean, that's where you found that.
With Alan Bailey and Grayson.
I'm ready.
Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman.
Welcome to Nerdgasm. I'm your host. No, I'm kidding. I'm not the host.
Yeah, you are.
I'm just a co-host. I'm helping you out.
I'm your co-host, too. We're co-hosts.
I'm Grayson.
Yes.
And the interrupter is Alan Bailey.
Hello. That was fucked. That was weird.
Hello.
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 So this week we'll be talking about Wonder Woman. Of course, it just came out.
Like today.
Yeah. Today.
Last night. We're excited.
When did you see it?
Last night.
You saw it last night?
Duh.
You saw it opening night?
Duh. It set new records, dude.
I know.
Highest Thursday night opening ever.
I went back and forth with myself on whether I was going to see this on opening night because after Suicide Squad, I told you, and I said it here, that I would not see any DC movie on opening weekend just because I had no faith.
No, I feel you, dog. I feel you. And I kind of was the same way, and I was like, See, the thing that like gave me hope was the Rotten Tomatoes score, which was like a 90 whatever it is right now. And I was like, oh fuck, this is the best movie reviewed out of DC stable since fucking Dark Knight.
Right.
This is the best reviewed superhero show since Dark Knight. Okay, maybe it's got some chops behind it. And then I saw the extended featurette that's up on nerdgasmpodcast.com.
Right.
It was like a 10-minute featurette of like them shooting stuff with like some footage that wasn't in trailers. And I was like, oh my god, I need this movie in my life now. Oh fuck. And then I watched it and it was like, oh yeah.
So while you're watching all this, like the screen literally just whited out.
Well, no, I was like, I was texting you. I was freaking out going in.
I know you were.
I was like, oh my god, I have high expectations for this movie. I can't do this to myself. Every time I do this with DC, they fucking let me down. They did it with Man of Steel. They did it with Batman. They did it, or Batman vs Superman. They did it with Suicide Squad. I can't. Wonder Woman, you need to save us, and she did.
Suicide Squad had my hopes up so high because the trailer was fucking incredible.
Right? Like, let him go.
Queen.
Like,
They
like,
had
oh
Queen.
my god, it has Queen. I'm down. And then it was like, see, but Wonder Woman had Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, it was like, and in case you don't know, Warriors by Imagine Dragons is Warriors in the trailer. That's what that song is. Go look it up. It's a good song.
I mean, it makes sense.
You know, it's not the new Foo Fighters song because it's actually consistent and not just a fucking Frankenstein of all Foo Fighters work.
Oh my god, it's not Frankenstein.
It's
if
a little
anything,
Frankenstein-y.
they're hearkening back to original songs, and then they're kind of bringing in to where it's like a nice little timetable. To where
here's how the Foo Fighters wrote that song. Guys, what do you want to do for a new song? I don't fucking know. Just take the last 10 we did and put them together, play them all at the same time, and then we'll play that.
Oh my god!
I'll fucking put some lyrics on it. It'll be fucking okay. Fuck it. New single. Boom.
And then what happened?
And then they made $1 jillion. The end. The more you know, the more you know. But no, I just...
Long story short, they're making a shit ton more money than us.
Pretty much. But no, we're going to do the whole Wonder Woman review thing.
That'll be later.
At the end.
I was wondering why I couldn't hear you.
Well, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Animaniacs reboot in the works. Police are investigating Stan Lee.
Uh-oh.
He's apparently abusing his wife. So reportedly. We talk about this. And Jessica Jones season 2 news. Kinda, sorta. Breaking news. That is hilariously awesome. And then we'll get into our Wonder Woman review.
Cutting news, yeah.
Oh, yes. It is groundbreaking breaking news. But the top story...
Animaniacs.
Well, actually, we have a winner. Should we announce that real quick before we do?
I guess that's the top story.
So every month we do this whole random winner thing. Winners announced at the beginning of the month. So basically, in order to enter this contest, here's what you do. You go on to iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, or Stitcher. You either comment, you subscribe,
also
or
Facebook.
give us a 5-star review. no, it's just those 4. No, it's those 4. I thought.
I thought
Social
we
media was
also take Facebook comments.
Maybe it
as
was. Well, we take Facebook comments, but we
Okay.
don't. For the monthly raffle, it's those 4.
goddamn.
iTunes, Google Play,
Well.
Stitcher,
Randy,
and
where
the
was my
YouTube.
email?
Randy is our engineer, shitty ass producer, and we hate him a lot because he fucking is so fat
Oh.
and useless at his job.
I got the middle finger.
Oh,
Usually
you
he
can
just
tell?
ignores us. Yeah.
It looks like he's holding up a pack of sausages.
Oh wait.
Oh,
no.
those are his fingers. Gotcha. Okay. Thumbs up, Randy. No, but our winner from Google Play this month, Nathan Williams. Congratulations, sir. You've won our monthly giveaway. So email us at therealnerdgasm@gmail.com in order to claim your prize.
Yep.
And then, it's like we have like gift cards to like Target, Walmart, Best
Yeah.
Buy, Starbucks.
Yeah.
There's a GameStop stuff in there.
Yeah. Sometimes we get really good games.
Yeah, like there's some there's an Xbox One game in there. I've seen some PS4 games in there. So like there's some stuff. There's some good stuff. So it is your pick of the litter, as it were.
Kinda.
So email us 1 week from when this episode comes out in order to claim your prize.
At least 1 week,
At least 1 week.
or at the most 1 week.
Yes.
Which one's better?
Both.
Okay.
I don't know.
Why are you fondling balls?
I don't know. I'm random today. So back to the Animaniacs.
Because that's the big story.
That is the big story. So reboot is officially in the works over at the Brothers Warner. And
They need to nail down Rob Paulson.
yes, they do. And for me, the Animaniacs will always be this skit because I can't ever get it out of my head. It's just forever in my head. Is it going to play? It's thinking about it.
I know. Technical difficulties.
There we go.
There it is. Good job, Randy. Proud of you.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, too, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela,
All right, that's enough of
Honduras,
that.
Guyana, and still.
See, I hear this and it just takes me back to my childhood. Like, I love it.
Well, the fact is, like, Rob Paulson, who did this,
Yeah.
he knows how to do it in one take live.
Oh
He
my God.
memorized this shit. Does any geography teacher ever memorize this?
And Germany now one piece. Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Italy, Turkey, and Greece. Poland, Romania, Scotland, Albania, Ireland, Russia, Oman.
This is really the best way to learn the countries of the world.
Yes, it is, because
Or is-
nobody knows them off the top of their head.
No, definitely
Like,
not.
I was sitting, like,
Except for
even
Rob Paulson.
in 2017, we pulled up the video clip for this episode,
Yeah.
and I was sitting there going, "Oh yeah, that's a country. Oh, that's a country. Oh fuck yeah, that one. Oh, I know where that one is. Oh, that's cool." Like, I'm fucking like I'm an adult, and a cartoon from the '90s is reminding me of shit I forgot.
I know, but see, that's the thing. It's like we learn shit and then we just blow it out our ass because, like, we don't really care.
Because you don't need it. That's useless
Yeah.
information. Like,
Lesotho and Malawi, Togo, the Spanish Sahara is gone. Niger, Nigeria, Chad and Liberia, Egypt, Benin and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya and Mali, Sierra Leone and Algier, Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire, Ethiopia, Guinea, Bissau, Madagascar,
like I need a drink.
and Cayman, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia, Crete, Mauritania, then Transylvania, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan.
like seriously, that's just fucking artwork.
And
I don't care who you are.
And freaking Rob Paulson does a fantastic job at it all.
Fuck yeah, he was great. Like, it's perfect. That's the only way I can describe it.
No.
So, original voice actors back. Steven Spielberg. It's not official, but you need the original voice actors back,
Yes.
please.
Yes, yes.
And Steven Spielberg, creator, producer, creative
Oh
force
my
behind
God.
it, is back for the reboot.
Very nice.
Whether how involved he is, we don't know, but he's involved in some way.
I hope they're not going to do a whole Whedon thing to where it's like, oh, we're going to bring you back just because you're going to be the face of the movie, but you're not going to have the creative control.
I'm praying they don't do what they did on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Wheaton, because Wheaton wrote the pilot and he developed it out and then handed it to his little brother, which is fine.
Oh, yeah.
But like everybody was like, Wheaton's involved. Oh, little brother Wheaton. Still good, not Josh, but yeah, it's good. So I'm hoping that it's something like that. But who knows? And this story caught our attention this week, and it's a little unfortunate. Police were sent out to Stanley's house this week.
Yeah.
Apparently, he is under investigation for abusing his wife.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Okay.
According to TMZ, police showed up at the home of Stan Lee to investigate reports that his wife, Joan Lee, is the victim of elder abuse. One of Stan Lee's ex-business partners, not sure which one, went to police with photos of bruises on the arm of Joan Lee, and the individual claimed that the couple's daughter had pushed Joan and that perhaps even Stan had helped cause some of the bruises as well.
I mean, unfortunately, this isn't one of the first stories that we've come across.
Yeah.
There's been writers, there's been editors of, I believe, Marvel that have kind of come out and said something like this. And I mean, as far as we know right now, it's still all alleged.
Yeah.
And there's no proof, there's nothing about it. And I mean, all we have is stories.
And we do have apparently photos of bruises on her arm, but apparently these are 3-year-old photos.
Yeah.
Why they're coming to light now, I'll speculate, but I'll speculate, I think, correctly. Ex-employee, ex-business partner that's angry and wants revenge.
Oh, yeah.
And
well, I mean, these are people that are potentially fired or let go. And I mean, yeah, when you're fired or let go from a job, then you're kind of bitter and you're kind of like wanting to get, you want to get your due.
Yeah, and the article up on TMZ is saying that Stan and Joan Lee have both said that there is no elder abuse going on.
Okay.
They're claiming that there isn't, but I mean, if you go into somebody's house who's beating their wife, the person beating their wife and the wife will tell you, no, we're fine. We're fine. I just have a bunch of bruises on me, but I'm fine, because that's just typically domestic violence 101. Yeah. So I really hope that this isn't true. I hope Joan's okay.
Yeah.
Because Stan...
regardless of what is happening over there, I mean...
hope everybody's safe.
Yeah.
And I mean, this goes for domestic violence. If you suspect something, try reaching out to, potential victims.
Yeah.
And make sure that they're okay. Make sure that they have a support system.
And I mean, the hardest part is that if the victim doesn't realize that they are the victim and they need help and you're trying to help them, I mean, they may be really resistant to you in allowing them to be helped, because for the most part, they don't see it that way. They see it as something different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could really only help someone that wants to be helped. And I mean, unfortunately, we can't save everyone, as sad as it sounds.
Yeah, and it's pretty crappy. Like, just, a lot of victims won't come forward because they won't know that there is help, and there is help out there. And feel it's important to give this number out if you... if anybody or if you need it, the number for the National Domestic Violence Hotline, which is 24/7, is 1-800-799-SAFE. That is 1-800-799-7233. 24/7. No fees on that. So if you just want to talk to somebody privately, that's the phone number you call. So just want to give that out there. But sending all the best to the Lee family. Hope everything's okay. And like, we've heard reports from the Stan Lee camp, like former employees and business partners have sued him for hostile work environment, sexual, allegations as well. So if reports and lawsuits are to be believed, Stan Lee, not a great guy. He's given us some great work, but he's not the easiest guy to work with. And that's kind of... anybody who's worked with Stan Lee knows that he's demanding.
I was going to say that I'm not trying to condone or anything like that, but it has been shown that people that are very, very creative are very difficult to work with.
Yeah, and I mean, I mean,
I'm not saying that this is a good reason or this is an excuse for him, but... I mean, potentially, if these alleged allegations are true, then I mean, it's going to come out somehow.
Yeah, and I mean, Lee's saying basically the person who more or less called the cops on him is just a disgruntled, former colleague who's angry that they're not working together anymore.
Course.
And that's kind of, he said, she said. It's we're not there. We can't pass that judgment. We just hope everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we truly wish for.
That's honestly all we can do.
Yeah.
So, moving on to...
breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
I'm done.
Okay, I'm done. Jessica Jones.
Yes.
Jessica Jones is apparently... season 2 of Jessica Jones is apparently meant to be binged watched.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm serious because apparently we haven't been doing that before, right?
No. Whenever
Oh
a
my
Netflix
God.
show comes out, I don't fucking binge watch it.
Right?
I watch one episode per week over the course of 13 weeks.
Right, exactly.
That is how it's meant to be watched.
Yes.
Meh.
Oh my God. I can't believe like that. Why did they have to come out and say this?
I know. Christian Ritter, who plays Jessica Jones on Jessica Jones, came out and said in an interview with Rotten Tomatoes, quote, "I feel like it's a binge show big time. This season maybe even more so than the last one. Even as I'm getting the episodes and reading them on the page, they ramp up so much at the end. It's kind of hard not just to dive into the next one," unquote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Jessica Jones especially kind of did that.
Oh, yeah.
All of the Netflix shows did that, but Jessica Jones season 1 was one of those like, the last 5 minutes of that episode, fuck, next one, oh my God. Like they did a great job like building the stories and writing it so that at the end of the episode you were like, next,
Exactly.
play next.
I mean, for the most part, the cliffhangers, especially for Daredevil, first season of Daredevil, oh my God, the cliffhangers were fucking incredible.
Yeah, they were.
And Jessica Jones, they brought it as well. And then we had Luke Cage. The cliffhangers are what grab you to watch the next episode, and then you can't help but watch the next episode, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and you're like, oh my God, like that was a whole season. And I literally, oh crap, like I was supposed to work about 12 hours ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's like, oh, what? It's light out? It was what? The sun was going down when I started. Like, I might have done that a time or two.
What day is it? It's Tuesday. Last time I remember it was Friday.
Fuck, what season are you watching?
I mean, it's like what happens when you watch all of them again.
I watched Death Note again.
Right.
I couldn't put it down.
Oh my God, my favorite is just to read the books and then read Death Note, another note.
I just want to point something out. Death Note and Batman.
Okay.
Two very similar stories when you really think about it. Orphan turned greatest detective.
I disagree.
Batman and L, like, come on. Father figure butler. Two rival successors.
Okay.
A maniac serial killer.
Okay.
With light. And the crazy ex-girlfriend. Or the crazy girlfriend.
I was going to say, I don't know about X, but...
Current wanting to be X. Can't kill her, but I want to.
But, okay, so...
Is your mind blown?
Slightly, but see, then the next question that pops into my head. This might start a war.
Oh no, bring it.
Who would win, or like, who is better? Batman or L?
Batman. Like, come on. Like, L's great, but spoilers, we know what happens to L in Death Note, and I can't wait to see how they fuck it up in the live action series that's coming up.
Well,
I know, right? Whitewashing.
Okay, you're talking about the Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, how they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna fuck it up. I've already written it off as they're gonna fuck it up. Like, I'll watch it, but they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah,
like, come on, we know they're gonna fuck it up.
That's just gonna be really sad. I was actually referring to the Japanese live action films.
I haven't seen them.
Those are
they great?
Not too bad.
Okay,
not too bad. They do pass. They change the story a little bit.
Okay.
But that's to kind of give
modernize
a little bit. No, not really modernize it. Just kind of
give it more color.
No. I'm trying to figure out how to word this without giving it away. But
keep you on your toes?
They want to give the audience what they want.
Okay.
So
it's fan service.
A little bit.
Okay. Well,
except minus the boobs.
I'll accept that.
I mean, there are boobs, but
yes. So
me so.
Let's get into our Wonder Woman review. Warning: if you have not seen Wonder Woman in theaters this weekend, spoilers from this point on in 10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3, 2,
1. Rabbit season, duck season, fire!
Oh my God. I love that episode of Looney Tunes. So, okay, we got to start off with Wonder Woman.
Fuck, son. Oh my God. Finally.
This has been...
Finally!
Okay, can real quickly. Can we give an applause to Patty Jenkins?
Seriously, Patty. Fucking thank you. fucking
oh my God.
thank you. Fuck. It's not hard, and you did a fucking great job, Patty. Thank you so much.
Who
Seriously.
knew that it would take a woman to direct
Whoa.
an incredible
Whoa.
Wonder Woman movie?
Are you telling me that you didn't think a woman could do it?
I didn't think a man could do it.
I think it could be done because you look at what Marvel's doing. It's possible to make a good superhero movie,
Right?
And it's
Patty
possible-
Jenkins showed it.
Yeah, she proved that somebody at DC with Warner Brothers and the Snyders with their hand in this, because the Zack and Deborah produced Wonder Woman, can make a good superhero movie. And I'll take away good, they can make a fucking great superhero movie, and Patty Jenkins did that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you this. People are saying, oh, Patty Jenkins got the job because she's a woman and they wanted a good woman director. Fuck no. She got the job because she's a fucking great director. Don't diminish her and just reduce her to her fucking gender. She is not just her gender. She is an amazing fucking director. And looking at behind the scenes footage that's up on nerdgasmpodcast.com, she's acting out what she wanted these actors to do. Like, you see her, and multiple actors have said that Patty Jenkins acted this entire movie out. Like, she's sitting there doing the things and telling the actors, I want you to do this, and that. She's a very physical director
That's
on
very
set.
nice.
That's awesome because she had a clear vision of what this movie was in her head and executed it fucking brilliantly.
And honestly, with every job that there is, whether it's acting, directing, even if you're a garbage person, just the fact of communicating correctly and like clearly, that will apparently increase productivity or increase the brilliance of the product being done. Patty, assuming that she was basically acting the entire thing, I mean, clearly Gal Gadot basically knew exactly what was going on.
Just right at the top, Gal Gadot. Fuck
yes.
Yeah. Like, I went into this movie and I wasn't convinced she was the right actress for this role.
Okay,
I'm going to admit it.
But we do have to still admit that the only time that we got excited in Batman vs Superman was when she showed up.
No, she by far.
Yeah.
Her Wonder Woman in that movie was by far the best part of that movie. When she came out there in the things and blocked the hit on Batman, and then you heard na 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 na, like you fucking went
and then basically just like she jumped straight. Okay, we're not talking about that. So,
but that was what hooked us, and that was the best part across the board. Lovers or haters of Batman vs Superman all agree, and that's the one thing we can agree on is that she was fucking badass in that movie, and the best part.
Did you notice something about this movie? There was color.
Yeah, well,
you actually saw the red, the blue, the gold.
Yes, like the thing that I loved from the visual standpoint, Themyscira, which was filmed in Greece.
Oh my God.
Just fucking
so beautiful.
Brilliant. It was beautiful. That is Themyscira to me. Like that, it couldn't have been executed more brilliantly. Both the look of the Amazonians and their fighting styles, their costume designs, the sets, the atmosphere, beautifully executed. It could not have been done better.
Although they are a little behind the times.
That's how Themyscira is, so it makes sense. But, like, to me, it was just brilliantly done, that part of it. And the thing that I loved about it is you look at Themyscira, it's this beautiful, colorful paradise.
Yes.
Beautiful, vibrant.
The colors.
And then you see Wonder Woman go into the real world, quote unquote, to
and
England.
It was like
it's gray, it's dark, it's shitty, it's gray.
Gross.
Like brilliant contrast in the physical aspect of beautiful, colorful paradise. Shitty, gray, needs to be fixed. Needs Wonder Woman.
And even Chris Pine's character, Steve Trevor, he like looks at her and she says like, it's disgusting. He's like, it's not for everybody.
He agrees with her.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I know it sucks, but it's not Themyscira, okay? Fuck. Just give me a break. But the thing that I thought that was clever is she speaks with an accent.
Yes.
And how they got around it is they got all the other actresses on Themyscira to speak with the same fucking accent.
Yeah.
Brilliantly. And Gal Gadot cannot break that accent. And they got around that by just going, hey, other actresses, go ahead and speak in that accent. Just so that the Amazonians have an accent and they're different. It makes sense.
Just hang out with Gal for a little while.
Pick
and
up the tones and then go from there.
good.
It worked. I completely bought it. And that was one of my gripes about her going into this movie before I saw it, saying, I don't know about the accent. And my wife brilliantly pointed out, she's a goddess on another island, excluded from the world. Why wouldn't she have an accent? Fuck me. That makes sense. Jesus.
You're a moron.
My wife. I am a moron. Thank God I have my wife around because she points things out that I don't notice in movies. Like, she's more of a critic than I am, and I'm not a critic. I'm a fan, so that's cool. But, I mean, Gal Gadot said she spent over 5 months preparing for this movie.
Right.
With the fighting and the training and the martial arts, and fuck, does it show. She and the rest of the Amazonians did it. Not 5 weeks, Finn Jones, okay? Just saying. Iron Fist, go back and train. Not 5 weeks, 5 months. Huge difference, okay?
Bitter? No.
But Gal Gadot as Diana of Themyscira.
You know what? This okay. I was saying before that Suicide Squad was like a tiny nudge / step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And now I feel like Wonder Woman is basically taking that leap forward in the right direction.
Fuck yeah.
So for the most part, I mean, you know what? I really don't want to get my hopes up because I'm terrified that I'm going to get let down.
Don't talk. Fuck Justice League right now. Like, I'm going to go watch this movie again this weekend because I enjoyed it that much. Let's go back to Wonder Woman because, like, looking at the movie as a whole, there were two scenes, 2 moments in the movie that I was like, this is worth admission right here. That was the beach scene with the Amazons fighting the invading Germans. Fuck. That fighting style, like, just, it was brilliant. It was beautiful. It was graceful. And I saw that and it was like, fuck. This movie takes place in World War I, but fuck, in 2017, we need this movie. This is an amazing fucking movie because that fighting sequence was badass and just beautiful. The other one, which was my favorite moment, when Diana takes her coat off in the trenches, puts her Wonder Woman tiara on, and goes, "That's what I'm here for." And slow motion walks up the stairs.
Say you do not do a very good Wonder Woman.
No, I don't. She puts on, like, you see her come up those stairs in slow motion in costume for the first time on screen. And
you saw
she
the
walks
actual
into
costume.
No Man's Land. Like, oh my God. I was just, like, I was so excited. And, like, people around me who were women were freaking out in the best possible way.
Yes.
Because they have been waiting their entire fucking lives for that moment.
Yeah.
And my God, did it live up to the hype. My God, it's about fucking time we saw this on big screen.
And then just putting this out there, I really, really hope that this is a sign that they are now getting on track. I mean, we've been hearing that they've been doing reshoots for the Justice League movie.
Why you keep going back to Justice League? I'm still talking about Wonder Woman. Fuck Justice League.
I'm just trying to say that this is a very good movie.
Stop trying to talk about the men for a second, okay? Let's talk about the woman in the room, okay?
Says the guy that has all guys on his shirt.
Same with you. Who cares?
Exactly, because the guys need to be brought up a little bit.
My wife is hoarding every single one of my Wonder Woman shirts, okay? And that's
every
okay.
single one.
Yes.
All one of them.
Shut the fuck up, Grayson. But I need to talk about this trench scene because her walking into no man's land, like, that was an extremely ballsy scene.
Oh, yes.
And, like, if you love war movies, you will love this movie.
Especially that scene. That scene just, like, blows me away.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, Trevor ends up telling her that
Diana,
they've been here for, like, a year and they've gained an inch.
Like, you're feeling the gravity of World War I there.
Yes.
You're feeling the agony, and you're seeing it in her face. Like, as she's walking there, she's seeing that man. He needs help. He's injured. That I need to help them. Like, you can just feel, like, her want and her need to help people. That's who she is as a person. And Steve Trevor saying, no, we don't have time. We do not have time. We're here for this, not for them. We can't save everybody. And he even says that when she's in the trenches. And she says, no, fuck you. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And she goes for it. And to see the power and the confidence in this heroine in no man's land, taking the heavy fire from the machine gun, taking it, deflecting those fucking bullets, and then to see everybody else go, she's taking the fight, she's taking all the rounds, we can go flank them and then fucking get them, and like just to see that thought process go, and then they fight alongside of her, it's just fucking and she's the tip of the spear, and I'm getting like choked up here because it was so beautiful and so amazing to see that on the big screen. And I seriously will go back and rewatch that movie and pay the $12 just for that scene on the big screen. Like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when they put this in theaters again for like a reshowing 20th anniversary of it, I'm going to go fucking watch it again. Even though I'll have it on DVD, Blu-ray, digital, eyeball, fucking screens, whatever we're using 20 years from now, I'm still going to go to the theater to watch that.
You know what's going to be hilarious? I feel like this might actually happen. They'll come out with a Blu-ray version. They'll say director's cut. And
no, Patty Jenkins said that this is the director's cut. There is no deleted scenes or alternate scenes. This is her movie.
I was going to say that this was my fear, that you get a Snyder version.
Oh God,
and it's going to be like a shitty version.
Like you could tell Schneiderized it a little bit at the end, like with that big grand like. And I want to point this out.
Okay.
In basically Man of Steel, more or less, in Batman vs Superman, in Suicide Squad, and in Wonder Woman, the final act has more or less been in the dark with fighting. Epic explosions and fighting and shit in the dark. What is with DC in doing this? I mean, Snyder, I guess you could say, it's his favorite thing. Let's just Snyderize it in the dark. Yeah! Like, fuck.
I almost want to say that potentially maybe this is the route that he's attempting to go. Basically, put it in the dark so that way you don't focus on anything else.
I guess.
And then everything that he wants you to focus on, he puts color into it.
That makes sense. But again, we need to stress that this is Patty Jenkins' movie that Snyder produced. And I can guarantee you he had influences with that scene in particular.
I mean, they do have to make all the movies streamlined. So
yeah. But I mean, it's just a DC thing I've noticed. But like this movie, I was seriously just taken back by her need to do good.
Yes.
You know, and it's a little bit of that ignorancy because she's new to the world and Steve is literally leading her by hand.
Yeah.
You know, hey, come over here. Hey, come over here. Hey, look at this. Like, because she's new to the world. And that's kind of the Act 1 theme of her character. And like, my wife pointed this out and she took great issue with this. And I didn't, and I think it's just because of I'm a man and she's a woman. But like, you look at the first 2/3 of this movie, the first 2 acts of this movie, Steve is essentially pushing her around and leading her around, telling her where to go, what not to do, what to do, and holding her hand or just like grabbing her by the wrist and taking her places. And you can argue that that's a man pushing a woman around and controlling a woman. And that didn't bother me personally because I'm not a woman, but I can see how people would take some women could take an issue with that, and it did bother me a little bit because towards the end of the movie you would think like she's like, I got this, got this, Steve, let me do me, and she kind of did right there in Act 3, and you can tell she kind of lost her innocence and her ignorancy right there. Frankly, spoilers, when Steve died.
Yeah.
And when she started remembering Steve's speech, that's the moment she became Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She was not accepting her powers and not living up to her potential. And when she remembered that scene, it was like
But I mean, that still continues the theme for every hero. Every hero has to experience some sort of loss in order to become the hero that they're going to be.
The tragedy. And she didn't have that tragedy. And she, like, you can tell, like, in the very last scene when she's walking through the crowd, she's not walking with a man leading her. She's pushing her way through the crowd. She knows what she wants to do, where she wants to go, and she does it. Like, everybody, including the men, stay at the wall. She walks away herself. And that's the end of the flashback, and it takes you to modern time. Like, that's her confidence right there. And when they do Wonder Woman 2, and they're fucking idiots if they don't do Wonder Woman 2, I'd be interested to see how her dynamic is and when it is. Because when do you do it? Do you do it in modern times? World War II? Afghanistan? You know, what do you do for Wonder Woman 2?
With
That's
that
a question.
one, I almost want to say that I feel like they should potentially bring, if they do a Wonder Woman 2, that they should bring it to modern day, like the after effects of Justice League.
I concur. It's obviously going to be after Justice League with the with Justice League coming out this year. But I think what I want to see is, as a fan, her and Cheetah. And that could get weird. Like, there's a writer that can modernize it, I'm sure. If you can bring Bane into the modern world without his, Venom risk gauntlet thingy, then you can do Cheetah without making it too weird, Even though she is a bit bizarre, she can be done in like a cat-like motif, and they can
they could get Halle Berry.
No. But I'm interested to see what they do with that, and if they do a Wonder Woman 2. Someone asked me, why was this movie in World War I versus World War II? And I heard an interesting theory on Kevin Smith's podcast, Fat Man on Batman, and I agree with it. You look at World War I versus World War II. World War I was still fought with muskets and men on the front line fighting, not from distances, but with guns, hand-to-hand combat. World War II was fought with mustard gas from distances with bombs and planes, and it was just, there was a greater distance and more machinery was used in World War II.
Okay.
And frankly, I think that if they would have put Wonder Woman in World War II, it would have almost been Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah.
And they wanted to break away from Marvel and not essentially do a Marvel knockoff, which is what they could have potentially done.
That's actually very, very smart. That's actually something that I didn't really even think of. And for the most part, I mean, setting it in World War I thought was brilliantly done. And I mean, there was a lot of people that were in the audience, and they were kind of like whispering, like, "Oh, I think this is World War II." And I'm thinking to myself, like, no, that's the Iron Cross, and they're saying Kaiser. They're not saying
Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so,
I mean, I think it goes back to people don't know their history too much.
Yeah.
Like my wife going in knew that it was World War I.
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of widely forgotten about the Forgotten War, because we think of war, we typically think of Vietnam, we think of Afghanistan in modern times, we think of older wars, we think of the Civil War, and we think of World War II.
Yeah.
World War I has been like the forgotten Great War. And admittingly, I was sitting there, and as Steve Trevor was describing the war, and when he was on Themyscira, like, I kind of was sitting there going, oh yeah, history. Ugh.
yeah.
So fucked up. Like, I'm sitting there remembering, like, my 4th grade history class, it's like, fuck, now I remember sitting in fucking Wonder Woman? Damn. But I think it was just so well executed. The thing that did bother me about the movie, you look at other superhero movies and bad guy versus good guy movies in general.
Right.
The good guy knows who the bad guy is, and the bad guy knows who the good guy is.
Yeah.
And in this movie, Wonder Woman knew who the bad guy was,
but didn't know who it was.
And then when she figured it out, I mean, the bad guy literally was dancing with her going, "Who are you?" And she's staring at him, trying not to kill him. And, it begs the question, like, you don't have that back and forth and that formula of good versus evil battling each other, because evil has no clue who she is. And even in the battle, when they're fighting in the tower, he's like, "What are you? Who are you?" He doesn't know.
No.
He's just fighting her because, she's fighting him. And spoilers, he dies. And she's going, "What's going on?" Like, you have that confusion. And then you find out who the bad guy really is. And you kind of went, "Oh, okay."
I was going to say that right there was actually a very, very nice twist, because, I mean, during the whole movie, you're kind of getting hints and clues that it is Ludendorff.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, okay, well, the audience clearly knows that this is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now he's getting superpowers, kind of.
Yeah.
From a gas.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now he's going kind of toe-to-toe with Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he dies. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, this was like the most anticlimactic final fight.
Like, in my head, I knew it wasn't going to be him.
Yeah.
Because they were setting it up so that Ares was never, there. Like, that was kind of the thing. And I kind of thought to myself, like, my wife leaned over halfway through the movie going, I think it's the doctor. I think she's Ares. And I sat there going, that makes sense. That from a cinematic standpoint would be cool. Like, the bad guy is really a female as the doctor doing the gas. Like, that makes sense. And they were setting it up so that it was the man, but then he dies. Oh, it's the woman. And then when the switch happened and Sir Patrick was there, you kind of went, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
I was gonna say that one. That one really threw me for a loop, because for the most part, like during the entire movie, they're trying to give you hints and clues at who the main person or who the main bad guy is, and they've brought up the character Ares, and if you know your Greek mythology, God of War, or even if you played God of War, God of War.
That's how I know my history. I played a video game.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's how a lot of people know their video games, or they know their history.
It works.
So basically what ends up happening is that you find out that Lupin from Harry Potter,
You were waiting for him to turn into a werewolf.
I really was. You find out that Lupin was actually Ares, and I was thinking to myself, like, I'm just waiting for you to turn into a werewolf and just be like, Harry, I'm here. I don't know why I went that way, but
it was weird.
Anyway, it's like he becomes Ares, and they did a very good job, even on IMDb.
Like,
on
no,
IMDb,
you look at IMDb, he's listed as Sir Patrick.
Exactly.
Like, that's a clear giveaway.
Like, they don't even say Ares.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to figure out who is the main. Like, not very many people knew who the main bad guy was for Wonder Woman. I mean, if you know your Wonder Woman lore, you know Ares is one of the main bad guys for her.
Yeah.
But also, you know that she's got a very strong tie with Cheetah.
Like, I didn't think that they were going to pull Cheetah.
No.
We didn't hear that announcement, and I thought, well, it'd be extremely, not anxious of them, but the other word that starts with an A. I can't think of it right now. That means to try big things.
Yes.
I can't think of that word right now.
Anal?
I'm tired. No! I mean, yes, but no, not in this instance. Fuck. Damn it, Grayson.
You said A. Oh, dear God.
I thought, like, that's too much to put into the first Wonder Woman movie. But, I still thought that they did a great job. If I were to the one thing in the theater that annoyed me, that I understood why they didn't, when she finally stabbed the guy and killed him on the rooftop, you go underneath and you see the sword coming through from Trevor's standpoint. There's no blood.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly clean sword.
Yeah.
There should be a lot of blood.
I was thinking to myself that, okay, if he's the bad guy, he's going to pull the sword out, and the sword's going to be the thing that gives him his power back.
Yeah, like, I thought that could happen, and I also thought, like, it makes sense, because I had already assumed that, it was somebody else, and I was just waiting for her to have that realization, like, wait, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
And she did. I thought that was nice. Talking about Chris Pine, Steve Trevor, I thought he did a great job.
Yeah.
I was questioning
Captain Kirk.
I was questioning him and thought, well, maybe he looks the part, but, like, I don't know. Can he pull off that spyness? And he did.
Oh, yeah.
And he was very jokey and it made sense for the character, because he is learning all these things about her and trying to explain things like, no, we don't hold hands. We're not like that. Like, things like that. Like, the whole, like, sleeping together thing, like, that made sense.
He's like, fine, you want me to sleep with you? I'll sleep with you. It's like,
it's
what guy
what
needs to
you
be
want,
convinced to sleep with her?
See, but it's World War I, so there's a lot more class and sophistication during that time. So, it makes sense that was there. I love the subtle line of pleasure. Oh, yeah. You heard about that?
Yeah,
like the subtle line that basically everyone on the island is lesbian for each other. Like, that was a nice little subtle, ooh, you really had to stop and watch that in order to comprehend. You just got that, didn't you?
No.
You saw it in the theater? You understood that? Like,
well, it's an island of just women.
Well,
and if
you're
anything, she
assuming
started
right there.
thinking, she started reading what was it, Cleo's books or something
Yeah,
like
something
that?
about all 12 volumes
Yeah.
about the
About basically like
passion and
the pleasures of the flesh.
pleasures of the flesh.
And then she was like, and then we determined that men are not necessary. I'm like, oh, well then, having a good time.
Like, I thought that was very funny. And very subtle. Very subtle. It's still
So-
got the PG-13 rating.
Yeah,
So, I mean, clearly
but-
it was super subtle.
Okay, so then going into that area, you think they did the thing?
I don't know. I
Hey,
think that it's still PG-13. Even if it was rated R, I don't think they'd cover that.
You know what? Still, Steve Trevor, you kissed a god.
Literally.
At
And
least
you liked
got
it.
a
Well,
kiss.
he did a lot more than a kiss, which I'm surprised they put that in there. I was sitting there going, now, they do this at some point, but movie one, But then I thought, like, well, Steve Trevor beyond movie one doesn't really make sense. Doesn't make sense because it's a whole flashback movie. We knew it was a flashback, so it makes sense that he's not there in movie two, but them sleeping together, interesting.
I mean, there's that potential. I mean, it didn't necessarily show or say, but I mean,
I'm a little disappointed by it, to be honest. Like, they didn't confirm it that they slept together. Like, I don't know why. Like, I thought it was too stereotypical. Like, it's too, like, cliche, like, oh, like, you can't just be friends with this dude. You gotta fall in love with him. But
see, that's the history between Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman.
And that's part of what, Wonder Woman, it's part of her not only introduction to the world, but her accepting the fact that her role in the world is to defend mankind and to help mankind and to save mankind inevitably. And that was her connection into humanity, was through Trevor. And it made sense that she had the physical connection, not just the emotional connection. And the emotional connection led to the physical connection, yes. But even right there at the end, they didn't say, I love you. His last words to her was, I love you.
Yeah.
Right there. And by the way, Patty Jenkins, brilliant on your guys' part to come up with her not hearing him.
Oh, yeah.
And it being distorted. And then in the climax again, she remembers it, like, brilliant on your part.
I was so sad because it's just, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, she's in this epic fight with Ares, and Steve Trevor is going to go and save the day. And I mean, we already know that he's going to die. Like, they already said, well, they didn't say it, but I mean, like, you could tell what he was thinking about what he was doing, because he asked, is that flammable? It's hydrogen. Of course it's flammable. He grabs his gun and he starts running. He's like, cover me. I mean, you already knew what he was going to do.
And what I liked about it is you look at his character, even in that moment throughout the entire film, never once did he overshadow her. His heroism never outshone hers throughout the entire movie. He was always just kind of the sidekick, which is his role. It's his place. It's the character's place, and it falls in line with the history of Steve Trevor in the comics. He never once stood out above Wonder Woman. He was always the sidekick or assisting her, and anything that he has done and he has accomplished is because of Wonder Woman, as is in this film. He even said it when they were dancing right there after taking that town back. He said, this is all because of you. You did this. And she's trying to be modest, going, no, it's us. And he goes, no, it's fucking you. You did this. You're badass.
He said fucking you?
Yes, he said fucking you.
Okay.
And like, even the fight scene, like, I loved the fact that from the brief battle that he witnessed on Themyscira with the shield and her aunt going shield, he saw the plate metal in the square and went, hey, we'll put this on our back and we're going to lift it when I say lift. Diana, shield. Like, that was great. That was great.
To me, that was the first time that I realized, oh my God, she killed that guy.
Dude, she killed people in this movie. She straight up fucking killed them. Like, you were saying you weren't sure, and it was kind of ambiguous, but like, if she's diving and cutting a dude across his stomach in World War I, you fucking dead.
That's because they're pansies. I would have lived.
They're pansies, you would have lived.
I would.
Fuck you.
In World War I, I get cut in the stomach. I would have grabbed all my stuff, shoved it back in there. I would have lived.
I gotta put the pieces in the slot, make the right selection. But be quick, you're erasing the clock. Pop goes Mr. Grayson. You almost popped. You would have popped like a cherry.
I can think of something else.
You would have popped like a cherry at a Foo Fighters concert.
Oh, yes.
Like that. Come on now. Just relax. So, out of 5 Golden Lassos, what do you give this movie? If you give it anything less than a 4, get the fuck out.
I was gonna say.
Oh, what? Careful.
Give me the lasso because I'll do what Steve Trevor did. Wrap it around my
that was
wrist.
brilliant. Like, how do I know you're telling the truth?
I know he's like,
It's truth. We're probably gonna die.
This is a bad idea.
This is a bad idea. We're probably gonna die. Well,
wrapping myself with the lasso and telling you the numbers. I gave it a 4.5.
Good man. There is no such thing as a 5. There is no such thing as a perfect movie.
So you're gonna give it 4.7.
4.8.
I knew it. Always got to go with that one higher.
I gotta go with one higher than what you expect. No,
fucking Price is Right.
Like for me, I enjoyed this more than Civil War.
Yes,
that's saying something. I enjoyed it as much as Winter Soldier and Dark Knight. Like all 3 of these movies are exactly on the same level as for me.
Yeah,
they're on the same level. Dark Knight, Civil War, and Wonder Woman are right there among my top 3 favorite superhero movies.
Just because it's such a good movie, I am not opposed to having Patty Jenkins do the Nightwing movie. That would be fucking awesome.
I gotta say, I'm gonna be interested to see what she does. I pray to.
I want to see
Hera.
her. I want to see her do another DC movie.
I need to see her come back for Wonder Woman 2. Please, Patty. I will start campaigning now. Please do Wonder Woman 2. Please. No one else can touch her lasso except you. Please. And I don't know if I said this. Gal Gadot owns Wonder Woman now.
Oh, yeah.
It was Linda Carter for a while in my head. But Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. For now and forever, all time, in my head, she is Diana Prince. Thank you for a great performance. And sincerely thank you, Patty Jenkins, for an amazing fucking movie that sincerely is going to... This movie does for women what I think, personally, what Iron Man did for the MCU. And that's kick off a whole new fucking generation. And you literally have, like, when Star Wars came out, you had women look in 1977 who looked at that movie and going, Leia, she's shooting shit. Look at her. She's a badass. This is taking it to a whole new fucking level. And it has been so fucking long since I can take my niece to a movie where I'm okay knowing that there is a positive female role model for her to look up to. I cannot wait to show her this movie. She's going to cringe because she's only 6. She's going to cringe in certain parts. The war stuff, it's going to get her. But I'm going to show her snippets of Wonder Woman being a badass because there needs to be more positive female role models in this world. And thank God for Wonder Woman.
You know what I think? I think I know what you should do. You should actually wait until the DVD comes out. Put it in Adobe Premiere, and then make it a G-rated movie.
Oh God, it'd just be a handful of scenes.
Exactly.
And not to say that this is a bloody gutty movie, but like, a 7-year-old, 8-year-old. I don't know if I want to show it to a 7 or an 8-year-old yet. Like this is like you got to be 9 or older kind of movie. So
or just add one of those filters that makes everything all animated.
I got to tell you, the thing that kind of like it freaked me out a little bit was the young Diana.
Oh, yeah.
She looks exactly like my niece and acted exactly like my niece. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I have a god at my fucking in-laws house. Oh, jeez. Don't give her a lasso and a shield and a sword. This could get ugly. But I sincerely am super excited that this was a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes. So, we should wrap it up.
Yep.
We've been here a while.
Wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up. So you teased this last episode, but we pushed it because of Wonder Woman.
Yes.
We are finally going to talk about
TV Talk.
We're not only the season finales, but kind of talk about the seasons in general and what we thought about it in the next episode. Ju, thank you for watching.
Somewhere in there.
So on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, give us a follow at The Real Nerdgasm. We are on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and Stitcher. Don't forget to subscribe. Rate us. It really helps us out. And leave us a comment, 5-star rating, please. It helps us out a lot. And Don't forget to share with your friends and family if you think that they would enjoy this podcast. And if not, then you don't have to share. It's a free fucking country. Because of Wonder Woman. Don't flip off the camera for Wonder Woman, you asshole.
Oh, I was flipping off the people that would give us a 1 star.
Oh, give us a 1 star. I don't care. Be honest. If you hate us, like, let us know why you hate us. Constructive criticism.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1 star people. Can you not hear it? Let me turn it up. I know that's super cliche, but I don't care.
He's flipping. That's worth a 1 star right there, just because of that joke. Are
I'm
you
happy, but I'm
the
glad.
The whole fucking episode was 5 stars, and right at the end,
I disagree.
you give us the 1 star.
I disagree. Jessica Jones, really? Binge?
Oh, shut up! Jesus.
Nerdgasm in the books.
Number 30.
Number
130.
What? I
Number
thought we
130.
were. I thought we were doing numbers.
We're doing This is episode 130 though. It's a kind of a big number. Every 10 episodes we get to say it's a big number for some reason. So Nerdgasm episode 130 in the books. So
in Derbit.
For the Nerdgasm podcast.
I'm Grayson.
Oh, he got me! He got me! Oh shit! I'm Alan Bailey. We will see you later, nerds. You fucker! You got me! You got me good! You so bitchy! Look at you go, Brian! I'm so proud!
Well, that was another in a long series of regrettable life choices.